Welcome to Storm Shelter Cinema at Arlington High School, the movie review show where we watch films and discuss everything good and bad about them on the program. Today we'll be reviewing The Outsiders, released in 1983, directed by Francis Ford Coppola. I'm Chandler, Crawford, and today I'm joined by my co-host Jaiven Davis.
We reviewed Outsiders, a film about a gang of greasers that consider themselves a foreign family over of course, the story we see things go through their life of our beloved main character, Ponyboy, a greaser who has lost his parents and his older brother takes care of him. A greaser near of greaser. Near the middle of the movie, one of our main characters, Johnny, stabs one of our antagonists, which kills them. And Johnny and Ponyboy have to skip town, and they have to cope with the fact they killed someone. They had to kill someone. And to hide from the police. On the surface, the film is about family moving forward, and that some things just tend to happen. No matter what you do, you shouldn't abandon family.
So what did I think was hiding beneath the surface of this movie? Well, I think that the meaning has to do with stay gold Ponyboy. What I think the quote means is that Johnny wants Ponyboy to stay good and not get into trouble. I think that this is a good meaning because the whole movie, Ponyboy was always getting into trouble, and at one point believes that nothing good can stay. As he says, nothing gold can stay. Johnny believes that there is still good in Ponyboy and tells him to stay that way because he deeply regrets killing a member of the Soch in defense of Ponyboy. Overall, I think that this movie delivers a good message to the audience, telling us to stay good and to stay out of trouble, just like Ponyboy.
Below the surface, this film is about how tragic things can happen, about you can out of it stronger, like our main character Ponyboy would suffer through the loss of two of his family / close friends, Dally and Johnny, two characters who suffered deaths, but two different reasons. Johnny had died from saving children who were stuck in a burning building. He survived post-accident, but he eventually succumbed to his injuries and died talking to Dally and Ponyboy, which broke Dally emotionally and mentally led to Dally's death by the hands of the police. Both deaths could have been avoided, but that just wasn't the case. Right in front, they both just happened right in front of him, but he came out stronger in the end.
There were elements in the film that caught my attention. For example, I noticed at the end of the movie that Johnny's and Dallas's face are on the screen when Ponyboy was reading Johnny's letter. But then the camera zooms into Johnny's face, which I thought it was a little strange. Another element I noticed was the soundtrack. I liked some of the songs they implemented to the film, like the song Gloria by them, which plays at the beginning of the movie. Another song I liked was the one that played when the brothers were getting ready to go to the Rumble. I thought that was an appropriate song to play as it felt dark and cool for the moment in the scene. Another element that was important in the film was the clothing aesthetics, as it made me feel like I was back in the 50s.
The editing of this film is pretty normal, but the thing that really impressed me was mostly the visuals. And the shots were fairly nice looking. The thing that got me was by far the church shot where they were looking at the sunset and you could see storm clouds in the background. These filmmakers knew what they were doing. They were doing when they got these shots. The things that got my attention were the lighting, editing, and the beauty of some of the shots brought to the scene. The film has this dirtiness, but at times the visualing is visually amazing. But for its time, it was probably amazing. But nowadays, it's probably not the cream of the crop due to the unneeded movement.
Honestly, I thought The Outsiders was really good. It was a heartfelt movie that implemented many themes like brotherhood and innocence to help mold and shape the film. I thought the cast had a great chemistry with each other, as they can make you believe that they were actual brothers. That's how strong of a connection that they had. And I also like the soundtrack that I talked about earlier. I also like the way some of the characters were written for the film. Like Dale, for example. He did time in prison, so that made him have a tough exterior with a jerk attitude. But on the inside, he's just as soft as a baby. Dale turns out to be the most emotional greaser. He takes the loss of Johnny very personally and goes crazy and unfortunately dies because of it. But I think that it was really interesting the way he was written. And so I would give this a thumbs up, maybe even a double thumbs up. Jaiven, what would you give this?
I would give it a thumbs down because it's not really my cup of tea.
You're wrong.
I know I'm wrong, but still, the thing is...
You're very wrong.
You misunderstand. If I give it a thumbs down, it's mainly because it's not my type of movie. Like, but to some people, it's probably one of the best movies of the time. Yeah. But I'm not really with that teen beach movie type vibe. Like, I know that teen beach movie came after.
Way after.
Yeah, like way after. And I'm sure that they took a few notes from this movie.
Maybe, yeah.
It really didn't, it wasn't rocking with me, you know? It wasn't really my type. Like, I understand that you might like it.
Oh, yes, I do.
Yeah, you love this film. You're gonna defend it till you die. For
yes,
sure.
I'm taking my opinion to the grave, buddy. I am gonna live it till I die.
Yeah, but I don't feel good suggesting it to people who I know might not like this type of genre. You know, like would you give this movie to someone who you know doesn't like this type of genre?
Yes, because I would find it funny.
You'd find it funny seeing them upset, basically.
Yes. I'm joking. I'm joking.
I'm
joking.
Man, I don't know how to feel about that one, you know?
Okay. I have a question for you. Would you rather be a greaser or a soch?
Ooh, that's an interesting question, because the greasers, they were kind of doing their own thing, but we didn't really get much screen time with the socialists, whatever you want to call them.
Greasers, there's one thing that I didn't talk about at all, and is that I noticed that there is like beneath the surface, like there's this like thing about the poor versus the rich, you know, because the greasers, you know, they were like the poorer group, as they were wearing leather jackets, they were kind of dirty looking, and then the soch, they were kind of well dressed, you know, like upper class. And I thought that was pretty cool, you know, the way they kind of played out. Although I wish we kind of got more time with it. I thought it was pretty interesting.
Well, I think, so you're basically just saying, yeah, thumbs up, like, amazing film.
Yes.
Not gonna lie, I'm still not changing my opinion. It's amazing. Well, for you. Thank you for joining us today on Storm Shelter Cinema. We reviewed The Outsiders, released in 1983, directed by Francis Ford Coppola. I'm Jaiven Davis. I dislike this film, and I give it a thumbs down. My co-host Chandler Crawford gives it a thumbs up. We'll see you next time at the movies.